pretty much what I was waiting for was a way to cut these lines. I ordered this Draper shear off Amazon. It's supposed to be a pipe cutter, but I did mess with it yesterday and I made some pretty shitty cuts, but this is only one layer of tape. We're gonna put a few layers on and see if we can get a nice cut. So as you see here, this is a 45 degree or a 90 degree, excuse me. This bottom one wasn't a problem, but when I fitted the 45 that came with this, as soon as you connect a line, it would hit the bumper. The reason I know that is because the 45, when it was coming off here, it was already touching the bumper. You know, I could twist it and get it out of the way, but as soon as that line is connected, it's not going to matter. It's going to touch the bumper. So what I've seen multiple people do is they take these banjo fittings and they'll run them on the inside. Well, I did try to get these on the inside, but there's just not enough clearance on the frame rail, and I'm not going to modify my frame rail, which means bend it or put a hole in it so that, you know, this will fit nicely, even though this sits flush and the line will come straight out the bottom like this. I just figured, you know, to make life easy, we will just get a banjo and that'll fit right there like that. The line will come straight down. I'm not going to do that with this one just because this 90 already fits perfectly here. So this line will come out and bend back. Same thing here. This will come down and this will wrap around the front, I think. I would wrap it around the back, but these two lines will come in contact, and with vibrations and everything, I don't really want them rubbing. It'll probably be okay, but you know, with vibrations and everything, it kind of makes two surfaces eat at each other if they're touching. So you see how this comes down straight? As soon as you put this, it'll touch the bumper. Look at that difference. So we're rolling with the banjo. What we're gonna do now is like I said, I already have these measurements cut or made up. They're 27 and 26 inches, but we're gonna go ahead, take the line, and we're gonna put the line to both ends of the fittings, and then we're gonna mark it, which I'm just gonna hold it with my finger, and then we'll mark it, we'll come out, put tape on that spot, and then we'll know exactly how much we need. We put the line on. Pretty much this will just fit in here, just about maybe like a 1/4 of an inch deeper with the fitting put on. But for now, we're just gonna put this here, and then we're gonna go to the other end of the line and see exactly where it needs to be. So, ouch, on an AN fitting, that's nice. Get onto the cart. Okay, so got this line here, all right? So that's where it's coming out. So we're gonna just go here and see exactly how much of this we need. So in order for this not to touch, we need let's see right here. So of course, just my luck. I ran out of tape. So we are going to sit here in sadness for a minute off camera while I think of solutions. All right, now this is why I'm not too big a fan of these. So maybe this is the only way it works, but it's not the cleanest cut. I mean, I'm sure it'll work and not be an issue, but the fact that I have to come back through here and cut out this metal sticking out and burn off this nylon that's there, it's just kind of annoying, a little inconvenient. But I mean, if that's how it works, that's how it works. I'm not too stressed about it, but it just doesn't look good, so it is what it is. If I had a good pair of pliers or dikes, cutting these wires would be clean and easy, but mine suck. So the way this goes is so you have your fitting, right? Whatever it is. You're gonna take this piece off and you're gonna put it on your line. So this is gonna go in here like this. Oh, I gotta burn that side off. But this side, since this side is actually clean, this is going in here like this. All right, so it took me about 10 minutes, but I cut this fucking one side on. Yeah, that is a bitch. So have fun with that if you're doing that. Honestly, I would just went like this and I shoved it down into it. That was really shitty. I see why these guys who are doing it, I mean, they have vices for other reasons, but definitely would be nice to have a vice, I'll tell you that. So if you have one, good for you. If not, well, have fun. So I got one end made up and it's not pretty. So, you know, I know it's just a finish, but I did just get these AN lines and fittings put together and they are chewed up. So pretty much what I did was I just put some electrical tape on these good old pliers here. But, you know, with the amount of clamping force you need, yeah, I was kind of just messing them up, which, you know, kind of stinks, but this portion here is just I'm gonna mess with this off camera just because I don't want to drain my battery and I don't have a whole lot of storage anyway, so we'll be back. All right, so I got 3 out of the 4 ends situated. This sucks without a vise. Obviously, you can see here I've also chewed up these fittings on the outside. Purely cosmetic. I'm not too concerned about it. It's okay. This is my first time making these lines anyway, so I was just using these pliers. These have teeth. The ends are serrated, so that was a mistake. I'm using these. One of these actually came out better. Oh, this one over here actually came out decent. Using these, taping a rag over the fittings themselves, but as far as the ends go, I did tape these up so that I can measure how much the line got pushed out as I was threading it in. And this one isn't a whole lot. That one's not terrible. And this one I'm about to do now. But this one, I already took the tape off, but this one didn't push out at all. But yeah, you can see how much that came out. So should be all right. Let's see if I can find an answer online as to like how much of that is acceptable, but for the most part, these hoses are pushed up. You can't really see, but the hoses are pushed up as far as possible into the fitting, so that little bit that is pushing out is not like dire. But I'm gonna see if there's like an acceptable limit. This is very tough to get off, or actually to get put together without a vise. So I've probably spent about a good hour and a half just shoving these things in and waiting to get this thing threaded. If you're a stronger person, it might be easier. Not really sure, but without a vise, you're not going to get these things also to not push out. So if you have a vise, good on you. Like I said, if not, you know, clearly this is working so far. We're going to see after this is all in the car and, you know, it's running, if this even worked. But I'm going to get back at it, and that one's going to be done here soon. All right, the lines are made up. That was super tough. I've said it, I'll say it again. That shit sucks without a vise, but they're together. This is the final one. You can see here what I'm talking about with the finish. It doesn't look great left over, so I actually plan on getting a catch can, and let's see if I can mock this up real quick. But all right, so I'll probably put like a catch can right here, get rid of this charcoal canister. But I want to put 2 fittings up here. So I want one to come out over here, one to come out over here, as opposed to these side ones. I think it looks a little bit better, and there's just like a lot of stuff here that I don't want more lines running into anything. I know it's been done, I know it's not a problem, but I did find, what is it, baffled ports, essentially a baffled AN fitting that I can run from the top of the valve cover. I've seen it on, I think they were like Chevy motors, but apparently it's better. So we're gonna get 2 of those at some point. Probably we'll use a spare valve cover for that one, but as you can see here, they'll be ran straight out from here, and then they'll go to right here. So that's one line, and then of course I'll have plenty of line to run to another one, right? So pretty decent deal. I mean, this whole oil cooler kit was about $300. So definitely got the money's worth, especially considering now I have all this line left over, and I do have some fittings left over because Hell Performance did actually hook it up and send me the correct fit, or actually not the correct, but fittings that would work, because the ones that they did originally send, like I said, they were hitting my bumper. So shout out to Hell Performance. Thank you so much. I actually got Hell brake lines in my car right now. I plan on getting some Hell clutch lines, AYC lines, and I believe that's it. But yeah, let's get these lines mounted up. This one's gonna be going, actually the longer one. That's getting, yep. Okay, so this one goes right up in here. Oop. Now that we're at this point, here's the hardware that comes with this kit that goes in the car. So you got 2 of these banjo bolts, 4 holes drilled out, so you know, get the most flow in here. And then you got 4 of these washers. Not sure what these are called, but they're similar to the ones that go on the oil pan for the return tube, or the drain tube from the turbo to the pan. So if you don't know, the way these go is one goes on the bolt before you put it through the fitting, and then once it goes through, you'll put the second one on. So essentially you're sandwiching the fitting with these washers. I'll show you that real quick. All right, this is what it's gonna look like. So you got your banjo fitting, you got your bolt. So this bolt has a washer on it. You're gonna put the fitting on, and then you're gonna take the second one, and you're just gonna push that on there as well. Just like that. So these are actually nice because they're nice and new. The old ones, they do have some sort of rubber lining in there, but they definitely don't fit as snug as those do. So this is actually really nice. Again, this kit's from Hell Performance, but let's go ahead and get these put on. All right, now we're gonna bolt this up to the car. Got them bolted up. So this is how they're gonna go. Oil cooler is all put together. I know this looks kind of weird the way this cable or line is down here, but once my intercooler pipe is bolted back on, there's a little circle here that this will actually zip tie to. It'll be held right here. But looks all good. Everything else is all finished. That's how it comes out. So I am getting the line holder, I guess. It's I forgot what it's called exactly, but it's just this bracket that will hold both the lines together, and they're going to be held together right here. So this one will straighten out just a little bit, and then they'll be essentially held together right here. Keep it in the perfect spot so that it doesn't touch any of the belts and nothing is touching each other down here. But yeah, my oil cooler is all together. So there you go. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you have any questions or comments, definitely drop them down below, because I'm pretty active on social media, so you'll definitely get a response. Thanks.